that kicks off tonight's panel. Joining us now with their reaction to this story and a lot more today, Democratic strategist Jim Kessler, Executive Vice President for Policy at Third Way, and Republican strategist Rob Waters, the managing partner at the Madison Group, is back with us at the table. And gentlemen, it's great to see you both.
Thank you.
Welcome. As much
and
as
Jim,
I want
it's good to see you
good
after
to see
so
you.
many years.
Well,
a long time.
We're
you got history. You just found out you have some history. That's right.
You thought we were going to talk about Arc to Trump, but we're going to start with John Bolton here because the list of enemies, political enemies, is being methodically gone through here when you consider who we've already seen, right? Jim Comey, Letitia James, now John Bolton. Is Adam Schiff next?
Probably. And look, I think like who now in national security hasn't taken top secret documents home? The president.
But you're not supposed to.
I know. Of course, you're not supposed to. I'm just kind of making a joke about it. But look, I do feel like the John Bolton situation aside, we'll see how it plays out, how real it is. This feels like the Department of Vengeance, not the Department of Justice. And it does seem like Trump is going after his enemies. You saw that it was supposed to be a DM to Pam Bondi. He ended up posting it there. Like, is this criminal justice system, is it for the people or is it for Donald Trump? I think that's a legitimate question for people to ask.
With that being said, John Bolton obviously knew this was coming. There had been whispers about it for some time. But if you're somebody that has tangled with the president in the past, what's going through your mind today?
Well, I'm going to say if you're the National Security Advisor, you shouldn't have these documents at your house. You're well aware of what the Espionage Act is. You're well aware of what's classified. Why aren't we talking about, documents, albeit not in a garage, in his office, that shouldn't have been there?
How about in the bathroom?
Wherever.
Well, this was the thing at Mar-a-Lago, right?
Yeah.
It does seem like it's a case that seems to be going around.
I mean, we have got to do a better job of securing our national security documents, and I think that should be the overriding thought right now.
If Adam Schiff is next.
For mortgage fraud for his house in Maryland?
That's what they're saying, yeah. Well, I mean, look, we've been through this with Lisa Cook now and others, but does that change the way you look at these? Do you start to connect the dots in terms of retribution?
I mean, I would say Letitia James being elected, and her first thing that she said is Donald Trump is, I'm going to indict him, without any advanced knowledge or any due diligence. I mean, come on, it goes on both sides.
Wow, so she deserves to be indicted for indicting.
I would like to think jurisprudence works a better way.
How long does this go? I mean, how long? Is this something we're going to see the next 4 years? How long
and just another 3 years and 2 months. I mean, yeah, that's what we're going to see.
You're going to have the timeline wrong.
I mean, look, I really feel this is more like the Department of Vengeance and scores to settle. And let's just take the mortgage fraud cases that are out there. Like, are we going to have that same standard for every single person, or just people that Donald Trump feels like these are his enemies? And if justice is blind, it should be for everyone, which means our jails are going to need to be a lot larger, because I think there's probably a lot of mortgage fraud cases like that out there.
I heard there was an island
and
for
shouldn't be, since we're there. There should not be mortgage fraud.
Right.
Which we all agree on.
Agree. The question is, are we looking through records in every single place, and now that we've got artificial intelligence and the ability to do this, in every single place, and saying, like, here are my 5,000 enemies out there. Find something on them that they did wrong. And we were just talking outside about drinking during our college age. We've done something wrong too. Everybody's got something somewhere, either advertent or inadvertently, that they've done wrong. There's a lot of laws in this country. So, like, who are we going to go after and why, and what tools are we going to use? And I just think this is a retribution age. I understand Trump is angry, and maybe he's got some reasons to feel this way, but that's what it feels like.
But do you feel that, do you really think he's directing the DOJ to do this?
Yes.
And you think the DOJ is just listening and saying this, taking it off one by one?
How can you come to any other conclusion? I mean, there was the DM that was supposed to be private to Pam Bondi. Like, this is a different DOJ. So I do think Americans should feel concerned about this. I don't think most do, because it's not going to affect them directly, but I think Americans should feel concerned.
Tell you, if the drinking indictments come, there's not going to be much left of Washington. But I want to turn to the shutdown, which is causing some to drink here at this point. I think on day 16, I did see them bringing the pizza and wine in a couple of nights ago when the nominations were voted on. But we'll be serious here for a minute because Chuck Schumer is obviously being targeted by Republicans, and he keeps blaming Republicans, and we're going around this echo chamber. Listen to what the Democratic leader in the Senate had to say today.
Let's be clear. Republicans are demanding something that hasn't happened in previous negotiations. They're saying our way or the highway. No negotiation, no Democratic input. This is a highly partisan bill. And they want us to pass this partisan CR that has zero bipartisan inputs, zero conversation, and frankly, zero relief for so many Americans who are afflicted by the health care crisis.
The rhetoric is interesting, Rob Waters, because that very partisan bill he's talking about was
clean.
a Biden budget.
Yeah, it's
that
a clean
Democrats
CR.
voted for.
I know.
Republicans didn't like
I know.
a year ago.
It's the same thing.
How do we diffuse this?
Well, one, we let them have their new Kings rally this weekend. You know, Chuck Schumer, the leader of the Democratic Senate, you know, make sure that he's not primaried from the left, from AOC and the radical liberals that he is so afraid of, which we know. And then the adults sit down and say, hey, we have a clean CR. We have to protect the subsidies because we understand that funds Medicare in many states and many governors want this. They come to a deal and we get out of here.
Republican governors lead us to the path to freedom? You are, by the way, of course, a former aide and close confidant of Chuck Schumer.
Yeah, I agree. I think I feel we're going to have a deal. We know what the parameters are. It's going to be the ACA subsidies and some of the Medicaid pieces. It's health care. Democrats, Schumer and others laid out, this is what we want. This is one of those 80-20 issues where Democrats have the rare advantage on it. Donald Trump signaled when he was in the White House, yeah, you know, something needs to be done on health care. I just think this is going to get done. When it gets done, I'm not really sure, but I think it will get done.
Will the Arc to Trump get done? Will the Arc to Trump get done?
Oh, I mean, you guys take the bait, don't you?
He's going to build that thing, you know it, along with the
Maybe he
ballroom.
does, maybe he doesn't. Who appropriates it?
Great question, unless it's privately funded like the ballroom. That's
There
where
it
we're
is,
going,
right? Hey, saving dollars wherever we can.
It looked like the Stonehenge from Spinal Tap when he was holding it up
on
there.
11?
So yeah, I think we turn it up to 11 and we put that thing down and we play some music.
If you're with us on Bloomberg Radio, I wish you could see the images of Donald Trump holding up the models of the Arc de Trump. You know, he had the ballroom construction crew use their 3D printer to crank these out. He's going to reshape the skyline by the time he's done, Jim Kessler. Are you looking forward to it?
Well, I do think Washington could always use a little bit of a facelift.
That's right.
I would like to see the troops gone, and I'll exchange that for a better skyline. I'm always in favor of D.C.
I would be delighted.
Right.
We were built by a Frenchman, and that explains our bridges and traffic.
All right.
Let's have one.
Let's go long phone.
I appreciate you both being here, Jim Kessler and Rob Waters. Thanks so much for joining us. To learn more